Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys what I made for my brother-in-law's baby shower gifts, and I'm very excited about this video. This took me close to a week to do both of these projects, but they both ended up looking so cute. So the first thing that I'm doing is taking off all of the stickers on the back of the letters, and a couple of them, like the white paint, comes off, but it really doesn't matter because this is the back of the letters. So I am gonna paint a pink coat on the back a few times actually, but it is not gonna matter that you can see a little bit of where the paint came off because that's gonna be the back of the letters. So just painting the actual letter pink without any of the decorations that I'm putting on top of it, I believe I did 5 or 6 coats of paint for just the front of these letters, and I had a fan on these, but this is what took me the longest. This took about 2 days to do just the pink on all of these letters, getting it like solidly pink so there's no streaks and it looks good throughout the whole letter. I also painted the side of the letters a few times. That wasn't nearly as many coats as the front of the letter, but the back of the letter I did also do about 3 coats on that, and those aren't as solid pink as the front is. I just didn't really feel like it was necessary to continue to paint the back because nobody's gonna see those, and it still is solid pink. It's just not as vibrant as the front of the letters, but they still look good.
All your stuff away and check out for the day. There's no time to waste when it's 100 degrees. Burns under my feet. Won't you have a drink with me? We head into town, see what it's about. Barely need a shirt though the sun has almost set. Make the most of it. I know we will dance and sing.
What I realized when I started painting this first flower is that my purple is not nearly as dark as I needed it to be. So I painted one just to see what it was going to look like. And I did try to paint a second coat over this that I didn't put on this video, but it barely looked any darker than this, and it was going to take way too long to have to do multiple coats of this purple, and it's really hard to keep it centered. So I ended up having my husband get a darker purple paint on his way home that same day, and then I used these little brushes that I had because my original plan was to use these circle brushes and do polka dots, and then I found this flower mold that I thought looked, or I don't know why I said mold, this flower stencil. It's because another video that I'm going to be posting later is the baby shower treats that I made, so I've got like both things on my mind. And if you notice too, on that O right there, I accidentally painted that first one on the wrong side because you could see like where I had pulled those stickers. So I put the O off to the side because I needed to repaint that pink and then flip it around. And I actually ended up repainting the same side of the O again. So it took me 2 times to figure out that I needed to flip the O around, but I eventually got it. But yeah, anyway, so this purple worked way better. I only had to do 1 coat. The circle brush worked really nice too. It got a good even coat on there. It was kind of thick, but I liked the feel and the look of how that purple looked with this brush. The next thing I'm doing here, I actually didn't have a plan to do this, but I just looked up on Pinterest and Google some different name hanging ideas, and then I ended up deciding to make these bows that I'm going to attach to the ribbon that is going to be used to hang the letters up. And I just looked up how to tie these bows with my fingers on TikTok. It was actually pretty simple. And it did actually though, okay, it was pretty simple once I figured out like exactly what to do, because I wasn't looping it around my finger right for a few times, and I was like, how was she doing that? So It took me a few times, but once I got it figured out, then it was pretty simple. And then here I'm just trying to decide exactly how long I wanted to cut that ribbon. I ended up cutting it a little bit longer than I was thinking, and the only reason that I'm doing it this way is because if they want to shorten it, then they have that ability to do so. So I made them kind of longer. And then right here, like when I cut that first ribbon, I made a line so I would be able to cut the rest of them. And then I was like, well, it would really just be easier to hold up one ribbon and then cut them all the same length. So that's what I ended up doing here. I've never really worked with making bows before, so I did not realize that when you cut these bottom pieces that you have to cut them a certain way, and that sounds obvious when I'm saying it, but I did not realize that. So a couple of these I accidentally cut the wrong way, so I just had to trim it the other way, but it was okay because I left enough space for myself in case I made a mistake like that, because clearly I know myself very well. So I ended up just hot gluing the black ribbon on top of the pink one, and then that's what I'm going to attach to the ribbon that I just put on the back of that A. So for this, I just decided that I was going to use my husband's staple gun. I figured that would hold better than hot glue, and it scared me every time that I put the staple into the back of the letter. I don't know why, but I ended up getting it just fine. So I wanted to take a minute while I'm attaching the rest of these ribbons to let you guys know that we are about halfway to my giveaway. I've got almost 250 followers, and at 500 I'm going to be doing a giveaway for a Cricut Joy machine. And if you want to see exactly what that looks like, you can go to my previous video, and I have a little clip inserted there about what I am doing for that giveaway. And then that was the final look for the name painting. For this diaper cake, I've also never made one of these before. I just went to Pinterest and I looked up how many diapers I was gonna need for each layer of this diaper cake, and I ended up changing the numbers around a little bit with how many I used, just because of the cake boards that I am gonna use, like to hold it for stability. But first I was just separating the diapers, and I did get different sizes of diapers and different kinds of diapers, because from firsthand experience, when I had my baby shower, I got mainly Pampers, which did work for my daughter, but there were a few brands that didn't work. Loves being one of them. It irritated her skin. So I just wanted to be able to get some different styles of diapers, so that way they're able to use some different kinds. So then right here I'm just using a rubber band, which this is what I found worked easiest to roll up these diapers, and they actually rolled up really well.
Talk to me, it's what I want the most in my life. They say you're out of my league, but I don't give a damn. No, deep down, I know you want it. You wanna take a leap and jump in. You wanna fall in love. Would you get me spinning? Wouldn't it be awesome if you just kiss me slowly and had me in your arms? If I could make you see it.
So this part right here, I feel like I did not find anything that was telling me how to attach these diapers to make them stay up, and I didn't want to use hot glue because I didn't want that to get stuck on all the diapers. So I was just like, I'm just gonna use Scotch tape. So I don't know if that's what people normally do or how they get it to stick, but it worked really well for me on this bottom layer, and you'll see here in a little bit when I do the top layer, it was just not happening. All the diapers kept falling off, but this worked really well, and I ended up alternating on the outer side with the two different styles of Pampers diapers. Another thing that I found worked really well with these cake boards is to cut little pieces along the outside. That way when I'm cutting around, it just cut way easier. So I was just making sure that that was going to be a good circle for the next layer. And I actually just used some of my stainless steel baking dishes to cut that circle smaller. And this top layer of the cake right here is what was just not happening. It was not working for me. And I don't know if it was because it was getting late. I had been working on this all day or what, but like the diapers kept falling off. I ended up taking it off of that top layer and they just still like kept falling when I go to put the ribbon around it here in a little bit. One thing that I regret not doing about this cake is in the middle, I should have put some kind of like a paper towel roll or something to keep it standing up because there's nothing connecting each layer of this cake. It honestly ended up not being that big of a deal and was actually pretty nice when I went to put it in my husband's truck because I was able to take each layer off of each other and just set it on the back seat. But just if you're looking for more stability, I would recommend putting something in the middle, so cutting a hole beforehand. That way you can stick something through the cake so that it is more supported to stand straight up. But see what I'm talking about right here with the diapers? They just keep falling off. I don't know what I was doing. I think honestly I put too many diapers on the outer layer of this top cake and it just was not, it was not holding up. Two of these ribbons that I use, this one included, I honestly just got from the Dollar Tree. I bought two of them and I'm really glad that I did because I needed almost both rolls. But for this pink ribbon, I did not know how it was gonna look with the diapers. So I got that little thin one just to kind of put an accent around it. And I'm actually really glad that I did because that pink one, as you can see on these layers, you can see through it so you can see the rubber bands, which not like it's a huge deal, but I just wanted it to look a little bit more cute. So I got that white ribbon and it actually looks really good together. I realized that the baby items that I got to go with this diaper cake were not gonna fit on the sides of the diaper cake because there just wasn't enough room, and I wanted to put more diapers on the cake. So I ended up just cutting another one of these cake boards and made it small enough to fit on the very top layer of the cake to be able to put some of those baby items. And it was definitely trial and error. I probably should have waited to put the hot glue on until I knew exactly where this stuff was going, but it still ended up looking super cute. You couldn't see like where I had pulled some of these items off to remove them because where the board is like ripped when I take this baby letter off, you can't see it from the other items that are in front, so it didn't matter. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This was a really fun one to make, and if you would like, subscribe to my channel to be entered in for that giveaway that I'm doing at 500 subscribers, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. And in this next video that I'm going to be posting is going to be the baby shower treats that I made, and that one's going to be a super cute one too, so make sure that you follow and turn on your notifications to be able to see when I post that video here shortly. And then I felt like at the top of the cake, I just needed something to put right in front of that diaper paste. So I had a little bit extra of this ribbon, and I just decided to make a couple little bows because I was having so much fun making those finger bows. I didn't realize how easy that they could be to make, so I ended up just using some of that ribbon. And I do wish that I would have gotten more of this pink ribbon that I use right here because I like that a little bit more than that pink ribbon that I put around the diapers, but it still looks super cute. And these are the final looks for the diaper cake.